Hi beautiful souls, this is Archana with Divine Soul Resonance. I'll welcome you all to my channel. Thank you so much for all your love, your likes, subscribes, and your comments. I really do appreciate that. Today is March 6th, new moon, and I was really guided as soon as I woke up. I was really guided to do a reading for Twin Flames. And what this reading is, I've already shuffled and drawn the cards out. Because I wanted to do a quick energy read between the twins, and I was getting all these messages. It was kind of a pretty difficult night. So here I am. I wanted to know, and what I'm sharing in this reading is, what are the divine masculines consciously on this 3D working on? What are they working on manifesting? What are they working on subconsciously, just on themselves, and then towards the connection? And similarly for the divine feminines. So I just want to say right at the start that this is a reading for twin flames only. So you know you're a twin flame, you just know it in your heart. You don't need confirmation from another person. You just know you're on that journey. You're on that journey of self-mastery, of self-love. So let's begin. This is wow, because I started the reading and I was looking at the time. It was 11:11 on one of the clocks where I have not switched times. I wanted to just say that out. I don't really get like itchiness in the throat, but I'd been wanting to start my reading with the divine masculines. So, and I'm feeling this itchiness with my throat. Something with our throat chakra opening for the Divine Masculine Collective. This is in addition to what messages that have come forth. So the first question that I was asking the Spirit is, what is it that the Divine Masculine Collective is working on consciously? You know, this is what they're aware of. This is what they're working in the third dimension, in the here and now, and what we can see. And the first card that we got was the Page of Wands. Okay, so the pages are harbingers of change, of bringing in a new inspired ideas. They're working on the creative spark. Okay, so there's a lot of yellow on this. There's a lot of yellow and orange. Yellow deals with the solar plexus, your willpower, to be able to bring things to reality. Okay, using your fire energy, which is our wands energy. And you can see these little sprouts that are growing up there. They're crowned by, they have that inspired ideas, which is divinely guided, coming in, and they're working towards bringing things out in the material world. Their creative spark. They're in touch and they want to bring in. This is also like a messenger, but to me right now, this is more speaking of they're really working on their sexual energy and their willpower, on bringing things, working on that fire energy to bring things to fruition, okay? Whether it's in relationships or in career. Okay, so this is the overall where I was asking, what are they working on? Now, this is while they're working on it. Today I'm going to do a reading, not just divine masculine, then divine feminine. I'm gonna interweave. That's what I'm being called to. So while they're working on the solar plexus and the lower chakra energy and bringing that, getting in touch with that energy and getting inspired and wanting to birth something new. We had that in my general reading. If you have not had a chance to look at it, have a look at that and you'll see that. So what are the divine feminines working on consciously? Right? In the here and now. Look at this. This is a call of celebration. Okay. So there are many, many feelings on this that I'm picking up right now. I'm picking up on the divine feminines have really worked hard and they're celebrating. They're celebrating their journey. They're celebrating their path. They have come together. So this is a coming together of three energies is what I'm feeling. White, your spiritual energy. The red, your earth energy, drawing in the lower chakra energy, connecting it through the willpower, through the yellow. Okay, there's a yellow. So there is a celebratory energy around the divine feminines. They're looking for reasons to celebrate. They are celebrating their journeys. They are celebrating where they are, coming together. And this is emotional fulfillment because these are related with the cups. Okay, while the divine masculines are working on connecting with their own fire energy, connecting with their own fire energy, using their willpower to bring their creations to life, to bring something new and inspired. And, there's the feminine energy that's celebrating. So my next question was, what is the divine masculine collective? What are they consciously working on towards this connection? So this would be really for twins who know who the divine counterpart is. You know who your divine counterpart is. It doesn't matter what stage you are in your journey. You could have met, you're in separation, you haven't had a conversation, you haven't talked, you're completely, each others are off the grid, or you've been working on that. So on different stages, right? So on different stages. See, I'm getting that itchiness again. Divine masculines. Wow, I haven't had that. So this is what the divine masculines are actively, consciously, mindfully working on towards their divine counterpart. So there has been this past hurt. See the Three of Swords? So we'll begin with this. Past hurt. Sadness towards the divine feminine. Perhaps things have been said. Things were said. They were living more in their mind. They're not able to release some of the past. And because of their past, there's been a lot of heartache that's taken place. This one is a specific question as it relates to the divine feminine or the divine counterpart, right? Their divine counterpart. So there's a heartache that's taking place. Now, what is the heartache relates to? The heartache relates to having that clarity. Maybe this is for some of the twins where they weren't clear about this connection. What was this connection? They knew that there is a connection. They feel something, but mentally they don't really know what that means. Consciously, they live in a different world. Maybe you are completely poles apart, completely very, very different in the 3D. So it was hard. And during that period of discovery, and during that period, whatever that part of the connection was, if you were connected and then you went into separation, they recognize now the heartache that they caused. Okay? The heartache that they caused. And now they're coming to this realization on this new moon. There's complete and utter clarity that's coming in. It's being handed down by the divine. It's read. Okay? You're getting the divine download. Maybe on new moon, this energy has been moving, and this energy will keep coming and going, right? So see what resonates for you. They're getting this clarity now. That's what they're working on consciously, to clear the mind, to understand what this is not really a relationship. This is really not a relationship. This is a journey towards self-love and self-mastery. So they're trying to see what they had done, how they had done it, their mind programming, what they were thinking about, and how they're bringing that clarity in consciously. This is conscious work. So while the divine masculines are working on clearing their mind and getting that utter clarity towards the divine feminine, look at what the feminine energy is. We got 2 aces. Okay, look at the mirroring. These are mirror souls. They're working on towards this connection. So the question is, what are the divine feminines actively working on towards this connection with the divine counterpart? Utter and complete fulfillment. Okay? On all levels. A completely new emotional beginning. This is what they're wanting to manifest. This is what the divine feminines are wanting to work on in the 3rd dimension, consciously and actively. Whether that means letting go of the past, celebrating who they are, their own divine feminine energy, stepping in their power. This is, again, power, his word is coming to me. Stepping in their power as the divine feminine, being soft when they need to, and working on utter fulfillment. They're working on utter fulfillment for themselves. As they do that, they're bringing that into the connection. They are holding that space for the divine masculines. Beautiful. So my next question was, what are the divine masculines working on manifesting in this new moon. Okay, what are they working? And all these three fell out. Okay, so I'm gonna go over what these are. So this is the Two of Wands. Here is the Chariot, and here is the Hierophant. Okay, I'm gonna put it up like this, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm feeling. What I'm feeling is what they're working on manifesting, starting in this cycle today, is they're connecting with their higher self. They're connecting very strongly with their higher self. Today I'm not picking up that they are connecting with a spiritual guide, another spiritual guide outside of them. I feel like they're connecting to their own inner God. They are the ones who are clothed, and they're learning and they're seeing what their life has been, the connections. This is just on them, whether it's with the Divine Feminine or the past karmic situations, whether it's in love, whether it's at workplaces, their life. They're holding their book of life. That's what I'm feeling today. They're holding their book of life. And they're connecting with God. Okay? They're working on moving towards bringing balance in their energy, to understand the light and the dark aspects, understand that both of them represent a complete manifestation. Without the shadow aspect, there is no light. Okay? Without the light, there is no shadow aspect. So working together seamlessly and moving forward. This person is on a mission. He has a sword. He's completely coming in from the divine, I feel like it's just coming down from the cosmos, riding this chariot. He's in control. And there's that sun again, the sun, the masculine energy of movement, moving two different energies together, holding and moving together. That's what they're working on manifesting, is becoming their God source. They've made that choice. They've been getting, this is the 1111 portal right here, okay? So they are using their spiritual fire, making a choice on moving in a direction that is going to give them deep inner fulfillment. And they are working on manifesting, on moving towards that. While the masculines are connecting with the God source and moving towards bringing that balance in, what are the divine feminines working on manifesting this full moon today in this cycle? And this one did come up in our reading. They're working on releasing this weight, this heaviness, this cycle, completion of that cycle. All the things that we've been holding on to, whether it's the extra responsibility, things that where you've not been able to speak up your truth or express your truth, or carrying that extra burden, or the losses, the heartache, all of that, all those burdens that we've been carrying, and it's weighing that energy down. This particular moon cycle, the divine feminines are working on releasing this so they can enter into that celebratory stage. As they release it, you feel lighter. You feel lighter, and you want to feel good. You want to connect with the light source. That's what you're going to work on. And what this one came with that. Both of them came out just like that. Just before I could even finish the question, these just popped out. The divine feminines are rising in their emotions, stabilizing the emotions, understanding the past lessons of their life, of relationships, things that have given them inner fulfillment and things that have not given them inner fulfillment. And as a queen, she's rising strong and stable. She's rising strong and stable. I've noticed mishaps when I am trying to get an important message out. We'll skip on what really happened. But like I was saying, Queen of Cups. This is the energy of the divine feminine, rising up through the past experiences, turbulent waters of emotions, through the darkness, done a lot of shadow work, and rising in, and my eyes are drawn to this lotus. She's illuminated a lot in her life. Look at the stance of this woman, this queen. She's soft and gentle. She holds that cup of love and understanding and compassion. This is what the Divine Feminine is manifesting in this moon cycle towards all of humanity. What are the Divine Masculines working on manifesting? The question is, what are they working on manifesting towards this connection in this moon cycle? And look what I got. I didn't even ask for another. They want to create these. This is a card of reminiscing in the past. They want to manifest the beauty of the relationship, either within the connection that you've had in this lifetime, or from the subconscious that they feel for the Divine Feminine, the Divine Counterpart, to relive, to re-experience, to recreate this beauty, this harmony, this equal, wonderful give and take. 6. I always look at a 6 as a 3 plus 3. 3 wands of the masculine and 3 wands of the feminine. 3 cups of the masculine, 3 cups of the feminine. Coming together. Coming together. This is what they're wishing to manifest. While the masculines are working on manifesting this, what are the Divine Feminines working on manifesting in this moon cycle today? There have been times when the Divine Feminine has really been feeling abandoned, left alone, deceived. When she gave that cup, whoever that may be for general relationships, there was a lot of hurt, for her purity was not seen. And people took her beauty, her softness, her kindness as a sign of weakness, not as a sign of strength. This moon cycle, what she's bringing in, she was perhaps left out in the cold, felt abandoned in that relationship, while the masculines were still figuring out, what is this connection about? I don't even know what this connection is, but I feel something. I don't know what to do. While she felt like she was deserted, maybe sometimes even from the divine, disconnected from the divine, disconnected from this physical reality, abandoned, just lack. She's now stepping in her power as this gorgeous queen. There is nothing that stops this queen. Okay, she's going to charge with this fire. She's the queen of her. She's standing strong in her sexual power. Okay, as a queen, understanding the gift of the spiritual energy that resides within her, understanding that this spiritual gift of her sexual energy, her sacred sexual energy, she's in touch with that. She is the queen of that. She understands all the hardships and all the lack and all those moments where she felt the sun wasn't rising. Here she is standing strong in her knowing. She's standing strong in her knowing for her divine counterpart and waiting for the divine counterpart to step in his power. When I'm saying his, it's not gender specific. The divine counterpart to step in their power, their masculine power. Okay, so she's manifesting. She's manifesting by standing strong and owning her own sacred sexuality and her own place within this connection, within this relationship, and within the world. Beautiful energies. Look at that. You're manifesting 2 aspects of being the queen. Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Unbeatable. Beautiful. So this is all happening. All of these cards that I talked about were all at the conscious level. Okay, now I wanted to look at what's really going on behind the scenes. What's happening at the subconscious level for the masculines and for the feminines. What is happening at the subconscious level for the masculine in general, and then with specific towards the divine feminine, for the divine counterpart. So at a subconscious level, their subconscious, the heart, the higher self, the soul, is guiding them towards grounding their emotions, being completely in touch with this emotion. The Queen of Cups, okay, this has a different feel to the Queen of Cups, okay, while the divine feminine is consciously in the holding the space of the Queen of Cups. Look at what the divine counterpart is doing at a subconscious level. The Queen of Cups. Do you see the mirroring that's taking place? And when I go through all the cards, it's just unbelievable. Queen of Cups. Their heart space is full of emotions. They're full of emotions for themselves. They're allowing the emotions to rise, to experience, to understand how each experience has shaped their reality, how their relationships in the past, their behavior patterns and their belief systems has created the world that they're living in. And they are getting a deeper understanding. And they're holding this cup. So the subconscious is guiding them. The divine is guiding the divine masculine collective to ground that emotion, be in touch with their feminine aspect. How beautiful on a new moon, which is the energy, the feminine energy. The divine, the higher self, is guiding them to be completely in touch with their emotions on a subconscious level. And as this immediately fell right after that, even before I could ask the next question. So I'm going to talk about this one also. This is the Judgment card, complete rebirth. At the subconscious level, there is a rebirth that is taking place. There is a resurrection that's taking place. And I will go over the resurrection, but this is the card of the resurrection that's taking place at a subconscious level. While the masculine collective is their higher self, is guiding them to ground that emotions, to be in that compassionate, loving kindness and understanding their life's journey. Two cards fell out for the divine feminines. Look at the feminines. While the masculine is tapping into their subconsciously, tapping into their feminine aspect within them. Look at what the feminine counterpart, their subconscious, is tapping into. The masculine. Grounding that. Grounding, so the subconscious of the feminine, divine feminine, is guiding them to ground themselves. This is not in connection with the divine feminine, with the divine masculine yet. The question is, what is happening at the subconscious level? In general. Grounding, being that king, being in touch with who you are, and grounding that, holding that vision, you know? To me, these are the same, okay? To me, that's how I see them. Doesn't matter whether the picturing is a feminine or a masculine energy. Grounding it, you're working a lot on your solar plexus. You're working a lot. Do you see a lot of yellow? Through your own willpower, through that sheer willpower of overcoming any obstacles and overcoming challenges, you have learned the power of it. You've learned your creative power. You know who you are. You understand your ability to manifest. And you're sitting on that throne. How you're manifesting your divine destiny. What are you doing? You have that vision. You're being guided and you're following that guidance. And you're bringing all of those in this reality. So we're not sitting up in the air, up in there. We're grounding everything. So subconsciously, you're being guided to ground your vision, your soul path. And you're working steadily on that. And look what came with that. Your subconscious is guiding for you and telling you you're going to be victorious. Card of victory, number 6. Again, 3 and 3. It's wreathed. You're going to be victorious in grounding this. These two came together completely. Both fell out. Before I could finish it, this is like flying out energy. This is like boom, out there. Subconscious is grounding this and you're going to be victorious. So what are the masculines' subconscious? How are they relating towards the divine counterpart? Okay, well, how is the subconscious working towards that? What are they working towards? Look at that Sun card. They want to bring those happy times. They want to bring this happy times. This is consciously. They're being guided subconsciously. Look at that. Subconsciously, consciously, getting that clarity of bringing that happiness, that joy, the abundance, the purity, the simplicity, the warmth. A lot of yellow. Okay. Do I need to say? I know you guys are in tune with what I'm saying right now. Solar plexus. Oh, the lighting. The solar plexus. Right? Happiness, abundance in all areas. And they see that. They recognize that. At a subconscious level, they know that this abundance can be had only with the divine feminine. And they recognize that. So I said, right, I'm going to put it all together for you. Subconsciously, that's what they're working on, connecting with the feminine aspect, connecting with that purity of emotions. And there's a complete rebirth that their higher self is bringing in so that they can be happiness and abundance. Perhaps all of that has been lost. They've been struggling a lot. They've been in karmic situations that are going over and over and around and that, caught completely in the 3D. Now we're getting out of the hamster wheel. This moon cycle, doesn't matter which stage you're in, you're going to see a difference. So don't look for like those big signs, just a small change to know that there is something that's taking place. Okay, that's the masculine. So while the masculine subconscious is working towards bringing that happiness and abundance, what is the divine feminine subconscious working on towards this connection? Look at that. 6 of Cups. Did we see the 6 of Cups in the masculine? And the Hierophant. We saw the Hierophant in the masculine mind space, or the 3D at a subconscious level. She has given to me, this particular one feels different than this Hierophant energy. So I'm going to speak with what I feel with this one. 5s are about all changes. Okay. So her higher self of the divine feminine, the subconsciously, she just says, I've surrendered to the divine. I've surrendered to the divine, and I want to bring in this past life, past connection, deep connection, soul connection. And I've handed this and surrendered this to you, God, to universe. Divine timings with you. I hand over all outcomes to you. She is in surrender mode. How amazing. It's incredible. So I also asked, given all of this, what are our union energies? So I'm going to pull them out the way I pull them. Okay, that's what I'm going to share. So I got, look at this, the Knight of Wands. Okay, I'm going to see how I can put it. The Knight of Wands. Can't mix these cards up, and I'll tell you why. Knight of Wands. And this one says, shine. Okay. And this one is the High Priestess. Okay. Union energy. The union energy is that of passionate action. This passionate action with this rebirth that's taking place, and as the divine feminine is surrendering, there's a lot of connection to our higher selves from both the counterparts, the divine masculines as well as the divine feminines. We're connecting to our higher selves, we're connecting to the divine, we're connecting to the heart of the universe, and understanding and getting clarity on how to move forward and what to do, and allow our healing to take place. We're getting this clarity. Okay, this is the new moon today. There's going to be a rebirth. There's going to be an opening, heart opening for the feminines on a greater level, heart opening for the masculines on a greater level. Okay, so there is that allowing and going free falling. Okay, free falling again, opening the hearts out and allowing our soul light to shine. It requires a lot of healing of our lower chakras, releasing the shame, the guilt, and the fears, and rising through passionate. Okay, so there may be some passionate communication that comes in for some, but I'm going to steer away from that. I'm not going to talk about that. So this is what the union energies are starting in this month. Okay, so I asked the romance angels what would guide their twins in understanding on what is transpiring, and I wanted to pull 6 messages, and then I'll show you what was at the bottom of the deck, because it's amazing. And these were the ones that had fallen out even before I started asking the questions. So the first one was children. Second is you deserve love. The third was reconciliation. Fourth was getting to know each other, freeing yourself, and very soon. Okay. So what these cards are saying, what the messages that are coming in from the guides is you're capturing, reconnecting with that beauty. Okay, there's a lot of that 6 of Cups. That's that innocence. You're connecting with that. That's one message that's coming in. So there is a lot of past life healing that's taking place between the twins right now. Okay, when you were children, when you were younger, so your inner child healing is taking place, and that's why you're coming back into the sun. You're going back into the basics, going back into that time, right? The same is up here too, right? So that's one. It could also be that some of you may be in your connection, your relationship in the 3D is being affected by children. Okay, so allow the divine timing to take place. And the guides are saying is that remember that you deserve love. When we love ourselves, and we love ourselves, we shine our soul light. We shine our soul light to come out, and we are overflowing with that love. Yeah, we're overflowing with that love. When we have that emotional overflow, positive, it touches the hearts of others. And you're being told that you are very lovable for all the work that you're doing, for both the masculines and the feminines. Reconciliation for some is definitely on the horizon. The masculine wants to reconnect, wants to have this aspect, to be able to ground this energy with the divine feminine. But there may be things that you're holding on to, divine feminines, that the masculines may have done. You know, the 5 of Pentacles did come out someplace in the Divine Feminine reading. And you may have felt abandoned or not understood. But give them a chance and allow for each other to see the differences and appreciate that each person is given a challenge. And each challenge is not the same for everyone. I may be able to run a certain obstacle course while another one may not be able to do that. Doesn't make me better or the other person weak. It's just different. So understanding our differences and appreciating it. So there's masculines or feminines, both, but I'm picking up more for the masculine, that they're trying to free themselves from old patterns of thinking and being. You know, their subconscious is working on this rebirth. Okay, it's working on this rebirth. They are connecting to their higher self and their higher souls, right? And they want to move forward. So they are freeing themselves from self-limiting beliefs and self-sabotaging beliefs. Fear. For some, this is very soon, this reconciliation is going to take place. These are the messages that have come in, that I was guided to do this reading today. And this is actually at the bottom of the deck. So I really want to show you this, because these had fallen out before I could even start shuffling and doing all of that. And it is, so the entire energy and the guidance is coming in through a lot of passion that the twins have for one another. The love. So this passion, yes, can also refer to as the 3D passion that you're looking at. But to me, this feels like a soul love, that passionate love that you have for that person, that all you want is the very best for them. And you're going to wait for them to do their part, either of the counterparts. But not stop yourself from living your own life to the fullest. That's what I'm feeling. And that is very magnetic, that you allow each other that space to grow, space to come into their own. No one person, no one counterpart needs the other from a needy perspective. If you're in that needy energy, that's okay. Be gentle with yourself. We're learning to not be needy. Okay? So right behind that was worth waiting for. And that's the reason I said I need for you to know this. That yes, a twin flame journey could be a journey that culminates in a 3D relationship or a 3D union. But know that this is definitely a union of the hearts, and each twin flame has designed their own journey. So no one person's is the same as the other. And do not compare your journey to that of another and see, oh, you know, they said, oh, they're passionately in love, so we will be in union. No, you may be in separation for the next 5 years. But understand that that's the underlying energy between that twin flame connection. And that each one of us is at a different stage, and appreciating, because we have to polish, and I talk about this, and I'll probably talk about it all the time. We have to shine so that we can be that best version of ourselves. We are in the hands of the Creator. I've said that before in my reading. We are in the hands of the Creator. So allow our own soul light to emerge. So this is my deepest wish for all of you on new moon. For those who will end up watching this today, as you set your intentions and as you clear your energy, think about all the love and the beauty of your journey, of your own becoming the queen and the kings that you are, your own connection to the divine, to your relationships, to who you are, your ability to manifest as a magic manifester. So how are you mastering your energy would be a great thing to look at today. And just something I wanted to even share in my last video, which got completely cut off. I'm working on improving my video quality and angling and all of that. That's logistics. It'll come in time and space. But what I wanted to say and share is when I hit like about 1,000 subscribers, and I'm thinking, of course it can manifest at any time. I will be, I think, allowed by YouTube to be able to start some live sessions, and I would love for me to share that aspect with all of you and have a live session on clearing our chakras, either before a new moon and a full moon. And we'll see how that transpires. I would absolutely love to share that aspect and have people tune in as a part of my gift to the world on what I wish to share. So I wish you all happy manifesting, happy new moon, and may March bring in great levels of abundance. And I know I will talk to you soon. So I love you much, and stay blessed.